Well, hello, and welcome to Friday's edition of Evening Jesus. Tonight, we're wrapping up our conversation on the book of Revelation. Now, I know it's been a lot, but I hope the ground we've covered has been helpful and has encouraged you. And I want to recommend that you read Revelation on your own. But here's the thing, you may not want to do it alone. Please pick up a very helpful and accessible guide to the book. It's called Revelation for Everyone by N.T. Wright. I think it'll shed a lot of light on some of the crazy images that you'll come across. Here's what I want to do tonight. I want us to jump to the end of the book of Revelation and see the beautiful vision of the future we're given and discover its implications for what it all means for us right here, right now. Here's what we read. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and there was no longer any sea. I saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride beautifully dressed for her husband. Okay, there are a couple of important images in the passage we just read that I want to make sure that you see. First, notice that the holy city is coming down from heaven to earth. This is an important image for Jesus' people, especially in the ancient world, because there were a lot of thinkers that saw this world and matter, the matter it was made from, as inferior, if not even evil. They thought of the soul as sort of being trapped in our physical body, waiting to be released upon death, never to return again. Unfortunately, this thinking began to creep into the early church as well. But in the Bible, there's just simply no such view. This world was created by God, sustained by God, loved by God. God is for the world. It's super clear. Our bodies and creation, yes, have sort of been corrupted by all sorts of agendas that oppose Jesus, including our own agenda. But that doesn't make them inherently evil. This is why the vision of the city returning to earth is so important. It shows followers of Jesus that this world is important to God, that you're important to God, right? And that you will not be abandoned. Okay, so that's the first image. Here's the second image I want us to take note of, is that the city is dressed like a bride, right? This is where God shows his dwelling place, the city as a bride which represented his people, us, right? You know, throughout the New Testament, we see the people of God being described as Jesus's bride and Jesus as the bridegroom, right? And here's the thing, in Jewish culture, after a couple was engaged, there was a time called the betrothal period. And during this betrothal period, the husband and wife would spend time apart to prepare for their wedding and their marriage. The husband would find employment, take care of housing, and the wife would often be coached by others on how to be a good wife. Well, so what does all this mean for us? Well, it means as the bride of Jesus, you and I, we're to be preparing ourselves in this betrothal stage of history, waiting for our groom's return. Well, how do we prepare? Well, we can get into this for hours, but really just quickly, I think it means learning to live like Jesus. I mean, remember, the things we do something to us. We need to be intentional about creating an ecosystem in our lives that allows us to grow in the way of love for others, which allows us to grow in our ability to live out the ethic of Jesus. Hey guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me this week. And I hope you will tune in this Sunday morning as we continue our teaching series, 3 Questions Everyone Has About God. See you later.